In text speak on a mobile phone, we often use the letters PLU to stand for people like us. This could mean people like us with a particular taste in music, a particular hobby, or a particular set of prejudices. It could mean people like us who share a particular set of religious beliefs. If so, then today's gospel is something of a warning from Jesus. At least that's how I read it. He is depicted as attending a large party at the house of Levi, where most of the invited guests are tax collectors, collaborators with the resented, often hated Roman occupying forces. To get a sense of the shock and horror such behavior generated, imagine him partying with a group of radical Islamists today. No wonder the representatives of organized religion complained bitterly. They didn't do it directly to his face. They went behind his back to take it out on his disciples. But Jesus knew what was afoot and challenged them to reconsider their mindset. If they thought they were well, then he'd probably not be very much good to them as a doctor. He'd rather be out among the sick. So he's not a lot of help to virtuous people, but he is to non-virtuous people. So if we think that by going to church regularly every Sunday, saying the right sorts of prayers, making the right sorts of religious gestures, associating with other Christian PLUs, then maybe we're missing the point a bit. Perhaps we are virtuous. There's probably little doubt of that. But so were the Pharisees and scribes in the gospel story. Jesus is looking for rather more. His mission and his ministry made tangible what the prophet Isaiah speaks of today: relieving people's burdens, being non-threatening, avoiding cruel language, seeking to give support to the hungry and oppressed. Jesus wants each and every one of us to share in that mission. I've begun to understand that since I became nearly 3 years ago a street pastor in Torquay at the weekends. So don't bother trying too hard to be virtuous this Lent. It isn't what Jesus seems to be really after. Instead, play a conscious part in his ministry to all those around you, PLU or not. And then, as Isaiah says, your light will rise in the darkness and your shadows become like noon.